All right, who's here on Aiden Martinez? All right, so last time we were here, labs are in.
Yes, Judge, labs are in.
All right, so has an offer been tendered?
Yes, ma'am.
And when was offer tendered? Was that just today?
It was at the last setting, Judge.
All right, so are we going to jury trial or is he accepting the offer?
At this moment, we're going to jury trial, Judge.
All right, so here's the thing. If you want to go to jury trial, that's fine. Your plea deadline date will have expired today. So after that, the court is not going to consider any plea bargaining agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you're going to have to plead open to the court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you're asking for a jury trial?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, how long will this trial last, guys?
Maybe. By 2 days. 2 days, Judge.
2 days. You want to set in on the,
17th.
I'm sorry?
17th.
Yeah, September 17th?
Can I check my calendar?
No, there's no need to check
Okay,
calendar.
thank you, Judge.
Yeah, we'll see y'all back on September 17th for jury
Judge,
trial.
We did have some motions that we wanted to have
Yes.
heard.
If this case is set for September 17th.
Yes.
We will not have enough time to comply with the defense counsel process.
Well, we are where we are.
So Judge, if I can tender a copy for the court. So the first thing we're asking for, Judge, is for the state to tender notice of this defense expert for the labs associated with the testing of the substance.
All right, state, do you have an expert you're going to call? I'm assuming that would be a yes.
Yes.
All right, so
And if they can identify it.
yes, if you'll let them know, give them a witness list and let them know who your expert is going to be. And defense has just, were these done, these motions done today or?
No, ma'am. They're timestamped at the top. For whatever reason, it didn't print out on my copy, but
Yes,
they were,
okay, thank you. All righty. All right, so you'll need to give him your expert by the 16th.
So
additionally, Judge, we filed the motion to disclose all witnesses associated with the case. That motion was filed back on at the same time as the other motions.
All right, witness lists. Well, actually, this may be easy for the state to do. So with regards to the witness list and the expert, state, are you all able to get that to them by the 13th, your witness list? All right, so they'll get you your witness list and who their expert will be on the 13th.
Yes, ma'am. In addition to that, we have, we're requesting formal request of any sort of extraneous bad acts they intend to offer.
Okay,
We're, just for the benefit of the record, we're.
oh, we're not on the record yet.
Oh,
So I'm just trying to see what motions you have. And with the motion to suppress,
we understand that the court runs it with trial. We just wanted to let the court know we anticipate on asking for a motion to suppress, and we'll follow the court's lead, of course, on that.
awesome. All right, we're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 2402, State of Texas versus Aiden Martinez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Andrew Harris,
for the defense?
Christopher Ramos and Paul Acevedo.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
yes, ma'am.
All right, so the defense has presented several motions for a hearing with the court. First motion is for the state to disclose any expert witnesses. And the next motion is for a witness list. The state, you're to tender those lists to the defense no later than September 13th by 5 p.m. And are you okay with them tendering that to you by email?
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
Then with regards to extraneous offenses by the 13th state, and then the motion to suppress, that'll be carried with trial. Just let Judge Angelini know.
Yes, Judge.
All right, is there anything else?
One more item, Judge. It's my understanding as the state of the law regarding this substance, alleged substances, including marijuana and THC, it's my understanding that a substance that has less than 0.3% of THC does have a legal implication in a trial. As a result of that, we would be asking the court to for maybe a copy of the jury charge that it intends to present to the jury, so we can start reviewing that and tailoring our defense for that. Dealing with the 0.3% threshold that is my understanding is part of the law. And in our review of the discovery, that information is not included in the discovery. I mean, the items were tested, but I'm not too sure if from our review of the discovery, it's not entirely clear if that measure that has been quantified. In any event, we suspect it could be an issue for our defense and our presentation to the jury. So as a result, we're asking to see if the court would indulge us in presenting maybe a draft of a jury charge, or if I can reach out to Ms. Paulson and see what sort of jury charge might look
You
like.
can reach out to Judge Angelini
Okay,
on the 17th.
okay,
All right.
all right, thank you, Judge.
All right. Is there anything else?
Stay or-
All right. Thank you. If you'll give, go to Ms. Ferguson and she'll give a reset form.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Just have a seat.
Thank you.
And then, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. And it's the court's understanding that you all have already done a acknowledgement of discovery. Is that correct?
If not, we'll knock one out right now.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Who's here on Armando Garcia?
Present, Your Honor. I conferred with Mr. Yurhan before.
Okay. So is this, contested? What's going on here?
Judge, he has an MTR, but he also has a new assault on a public servant, multi-count indictment. I have not looked at that. I haven't seen the body cam or any discovery on it yet. I need to do that before we can proceed on the MTR. I don't know why the MTR was kind of set with the word contested on it. However, it has been indicted since then. In the past month, it's been indicted, so I need to look at that discovery. It's involving 2 police officers allegedly.
All right. And you are the attorney that's on that case? as well?
Yes, I'm on all of it.
So how much time are you asking for?
I'm just asking for a standard 30-day reset, Judge. I'm out.
Where are you going to be?
I'm gonna be in Austin on that day, Judge.
You really want to be?
Not particularly, but I'm taking that board certification thing on that day.
You're gonna be fine. So what date do you want?
How about the 8th?
All right, October 8th, Ms. Ferguson, is that doable? Yes, yes, ma'am. All right, we'll be back on October 8th.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, who's here on Munoz?
I am Judge.
Are you confirmed?
No, we could do that later.
Okay, Munoz,
Johnny,
is this gonna be a sentencing?
we're gonna ask for a reset for a PSI and a sentence, and there's no application for probation, but since it's a big cap, I'd like a PSI if you don't mind.
All right, so I'm more than willing to do PSI, but if you would like, what we can do is I can reset it not so far off.
Yes,
And you can have chance to bring in witnesses, and then all I'll need is the criminal history, if y'all want to do it that way.
he wants to get this done quickly, so that'd be wonderful.
All right, so we'll bring it back quicker, because otherwise it will be a longer setting. Okay. All right, everyone, could you all not talk behind the court reporter? Just ask the deputy, they'll move you down there. Court reporter, hi. I can't see you around the computers, but are you okay with doing 2 cases at once? Okay, it's the same defendant. If not, just let me know. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 007361 and 2024 CR 007359, State versus Johnny Abel Munoz. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Adrian Pettis for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Munoz?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're proceeding on the deadly weapon allegation
Yes, sir.
and the repeat offender allegation?
Yes, sir.
And state you're proceeding on the deadly weapon allegation and also the repeat offender enhancement allegation?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Munoz, did you review the documents in each cause number entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and the cause number ending in 61 and counts 1 and counts 2, you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. If the state is able to prove up the enhancement, your range of punishment will be anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. And the cause number ending in 59, you're charged with aggravated assault against a public servant in both counts. If the state is able to prove up the repeat offender enhancement allegation, your range of punishment will be anywhere from 15 years to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
And each cause number, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent. Did you understand?
Yes.
By entering plea bargain agreements in each of these cause numbers, you are giving up those rights. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. All right, on the one off the record, the one in ending 359, if y'all could just put in here the counts that you're proceeding on.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
And for that one, you all said you're proceeding on 1 and 2.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're back on the record. And cause number ending in 61. According to the agreement, the state is proceeding on counts 2 and 3. Your punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 40 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no applications. This is run concurrent with 2024 CR 007359. They're taking in consideration 2024 CR 007370 and 2024 CR 5164. Off the record for a moment, please. And then also in the cause number ending in 61, you're to agree that you've been previously convicted of a felony before for purposes of enhancement. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement under that cause number? Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, and then in 5-9, according to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 1 and 2. Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 40 years in the prison. You're to agree that you've been previously convicted of felony, 1 or more, for purposes of enhancement. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no applications. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 007361. The state will take in consideration 2024 CR 5164, 2024 CR 007370. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement in that cause number? Then in cause number 2024 CR 007361, how do you plead to count 2? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? And to count 3, how do you plead? And to the repeater enhancement allegation, how do you plead? True or not true?
True.
And cause number 2024 CR 007359, how do you plead to count 1? How do you plead to count 2?
Guilty.
How do you plead to the repeat offender enhancement paragraph?
True.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right. And the cause number in 6-1, court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty of count 2 and count 3. The court will find the repeater offender enhancement allegation true based upon your plea of true and based upon states exhibits 1 and attachments. And the court will review cause number 5-9 for sufficiency. All right, this has 1,000 officers at the scene that are listed. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments and cause number 2024 CR 007359, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will find you guilty of count 1 and count 2. The court will find the enhancement true based upon your plea of true and based upon states exhibits 1 and attachments. All right, counsel, how much time do you need?
I'm thinking 2 weeks, Judge. We're gonna have. I would like ample opportunity to argue at sentencing. So I would think 2 weeks would be more than sufficient.
All right, Norma, if we recall this in 2 weeks, where would that put us? All right, we'll bring you back on September 24th at 9 a.m. And state, if you'll just give me a criminal history.
Your Honor,
Yes.
you mind terribly if we make that the 26th?
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you put it for the 26th? All right, we'll bring you back on September 26th. At that time, I will hear whatever evidence that is presented to me, and I'll base my decision on your sentence based upon, of course, the evidence that's already been presented to me and anything else. You understand? All right, do you have any questions about anything? All right, we'll see you back then.
All right, Johnny, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Okay.
No PSI. All right, who is here on Stephen John Rose?
I am, yeah.
Yes.
Your Honor, we're pretty close to a resolution.
and wants to talk to his wife, so I'm gonna ask.
Wait,
court
where's
to-
Stephen?
He's
Rose?
right there, he's
Come
right,
down, Mr. Rose.
and, we'll bring him back on Thursday, Your Honor.
All right. All right, so how old are you?
41.
You're 41? You're gonna have to make decisions on your own. Let me just tell you what I would always tell my client. When their parents wanted to say, oh, this is what we should do, you know what I would always tell the parents? It's fine that you're giving that suggestion. And if my client wants to go along with your suggestion, they can. But if they go along with your suggestion and something bad ends up happening, are you able to raise your hand and say, I'll take the hit for that? So
I mean,
discuss with your attorney. That's where we are, okay? All right,
No, so I'm not clear, Your Honor. You want him to,
discuss things with you and we're gonna decide what we're gonna do with the case today.
oh, okay,
All right, thank you.
okay.
Maestas, there's two. Are you all ready? Maestas and who?
Two cases under two different names. And
All right, I
we're,
don't have a case for Chapa.
that's
I
the,
have Daniel Maestas. I don't have.
That
Is he
one?
pleading on Chapa?
no, Your Honor.
Oh.
That
he
one was
pleading-
just indicted, so we're taking care of this one too.
So we're just going on 2024-0270.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 0270, State of Texas versus Daniel Maestas. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Daniel Escobar with the state of Texas.
for the defense?
Catherine Valenzuela.
And are you Mr. Maestas?
Yes.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge, we're gonna amend the indictment, using this from a third-degree felony, ADI family second to a ADI family class A.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand that the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family violence as a Class A misdemeanor?
yes,
Range of punishment is up to a $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand?
yes,
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine?
yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
yes,
According to the plea, state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family violence. Punishment is to be assessed at 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. State recommends community supervision. They're taking in consideration County Court Cause number 722476. State?
Yes, Judge.
Oh, okay. I see you. Are you aware of this?
No, Judge.
All right. If you all want to step back and discuss that.
Oh, this is the new one that was just filed. Yes, we were aware of it. I was discussing this with Zachary. And that's why we're not doing anything with that.
Oh,
At the
okay.
time.
This is just.
Yes.
Oh, no problem. All right, we're back on the record. They're taking in consideration County Court Cause number 722476. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes.
And did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent? Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years and there be no contact with Veronica Medellin. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense of assault, bodily injury, family violence as a Class A misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
no contest.
Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, my client has been in custody for 4 months on this case. We're asking for, he wants to do probation. He believes he will be successful, and we're asking the court to follow the agreement.
How many children do you have?
11.
11? What are their ages?
34 to 6.
I'm sorry, what?
34 years old to 6.
No, I mean, what, What are their ages? 34.
28, 26, 25, 15, 13, 10, and I got twins that are they're 8, and then my little girl, she's 6.
All right, that's 10.
And twins, I got twins that are 10.
Not counting the twins.
So it's one. I think I got confused. I got 2 older daughters, which is 34 and 28,
Okay.
and then my son is 7.
And how old are you? Are you employed? So how do you support all of these children?
I work.
Doing what?
Remodel housing.
And what with the tattoo?
I got it a long time ago. I got it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
We know, right? All right, this is what the court is gonna do. Sentence you to 1 year in the Bear County Jail, suspended and probated for 2 years. Affirmative finding of family violence. Taking into consideration County Court Cause number 7222476. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. There's to be no contact with Veronica, Medellin. And there's to be no contact with Elaine, Elaine Rodriguez. There's to be partial GPS. And that's for work only. There's to be proof of employment within 30 days. And there's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Gang supervision. And if he's not accepted into gang supervision, which he should be, then I'm gonna want field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Ms. Abrams, is there anything else?
Judge, is there a time frame you want on the partial GPS?
Until further notice? And then it'll be the BIPP course. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, Ms. Ferguson. I needed a 30-day reset for his other case, and this will be for discovery. It's 2024 CR 007970. All right, we'll come back on October 10th. And then we're off the record. What was the cause number on the plea, please?
0270 2024 CR 0270.
0270. All right, then I need the other case for 2024 CR 0076. I'm sorry, 7969. I have 7970. And I have the 0270, which was the plea. That's it. Are y'all ready on Stephen Ross? I'm sorry, Stephen Rose. All right. Can I have a file stamp for a motion to revoke, please? All right, court is calling 2023 CR 7508, State of Texas versus Stephen John Rose. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Candy West Park, State of Texas.
Defense?
Ninfa Carrillo.
And are you Stephen John Rose?
Yes,
Are you the same Stephen John Rose who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 7508 for the offense of unlawful possession of metal or body armor by a felon on February 12, 2024 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yeah.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 2, on or about the 28th day of May 2024, Bear County, Texas. The defendant Stephen John Rose, defendant mayor, failed to submit drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violated condition.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? State,
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
any objection to the
No
state
object-
waivers?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Judge, it's to follow the TAP recommendation for status followed by aftercare. In addition, there will be monthly UAs and civil support.
All right. Probation, is that probation's recommendation?
Yes, Judge.
All right. And this is what you're in agreement with, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rose, you know yourself better than I do, better than your attorney do, better than probation does. I'm going to give you a choice because it seems that maybe you're not realizing that your life is not more valuable than smoking marijuana, right? And a lot of people say, it's just marijuana. It's just this. In Texas, marijuana is still illegal unless there is a medical reason for you to take it and you have a prescription. So I'm going to give you a choice. I'm finding violation of condition number 2 true. I can follow the agreement. You'll be going to SATF and you're going to wait until they transfer you to SATF. Or if you would like, I will revoke you and I will sentence you to 3 years in the prison.
No, I'll take the Senate.
Okay. Then the court will deny the motion, take in consideration 2024 PF 08145, alternate amend conditions to include the following in custody: SATF, followed by aftercare, and there'll be a referral to felony drug court. And there's to be 120 sober support meetings and 120 days upon release. And we're going to do the UA hotline. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else that you need in order to be successful?
I have a question. The Senate, and then what is the drug court?
Well, you're going to be interviewed at felony drug court. If felony drug court accepts you, then that's where you will be going to felony drug court.
Okay.
Felony drug court is a drug program. It's just intensive.
Because I've done that before. I
And
did
it
that.
didn't stick. So
Um,
we're going to make it stick. Here's the thing. You have to realize every time you use one, it could be the last time you use. And every time you use, you may get caught. And if you get caught by probation, you're looking at 10 years in the prison. This is your chance to get clean and sober. You understand?
Yeah.
So when you think about using, you need to ask yourself, is this worth potentially 10 years in prison? If you think it is, go ahead. You need to ask yourself, maybe the chemist who was working on this failed chemistry that day and didn't show up. And maybe they mixed it incorrectly. Is this worth my life? If the answer is yes, and you want to roll the dice, roll the dice. Sort of like Vegas, you're going to lose at some point. You understand?
I got a wife and daughter to take care of. It's not worth it.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, are the parties ready on Johnny Tejeda? I mean, everybody is wearing blue today. There've been a lot of blue suits. Yes, hi.
Your Honor, this is a motion to revoke that has a new number 1 allegation.
Mhm.
We do have an agreement. I had 2 witnesses yesterday, and I had our best witness, in my opinion, here this morning. He had to leave because he had to pick up his children. I was hoping we could maybe,
You want him
I
to
would
zoom
ask,
in?
could we reset it to next Tuesday?
You want him to zoom in? We have Zoom. He can zoom in. Yeah, call him and see if he wants to zoom in. Yeah. All right, step back.
I would rather do it in person.
Let's see if he can zoom in. All right, have a seat. Jordan, let me see. Seth McDonald? Yes.
Should we call them, Judge?
Yes. Yes.
So, we're notifying the court that my advocate has informed me that we received the records from Insurance PD. We will be providing the records to defense today. It'll be uploaded on a discovery, so that way they have access.
So you have all of the records.
Have all of them. I haven't reviewed them myself. I can just say that they received them in the city.
And there's nothing else outstanding?
Not that I'm aware of. So we would ask the court to grant a continuance under the grounds that we just have to provide new evidence to the defense that we recently were told existed with the Department of Justice.
Do you want to continue it?
Yes, Judge, we do. This is the primary investigator of the case. We know that there have been sustained findings that she has used personal use of police power, ethical misconduct,
Well, I mean,
dishonesty.
let me
truthfulness.
let me stop you right there. All right, we're not gonna put all of that out there until I have something before me, because otherwise people just repeating what they've heard as
Yes,
opposed to presiding me with facts. So,
Well, we know we have the sustained findings, and that's what we've been waiting on the report for.
mhm.
It's our primary investigator. She's did the search warrants on the case. She provided the information that led to the indictment on this case. She interviewed.
Now, I mean, here's the thing. I understand what everybody's saying. I don't need the,
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge.
thanks, yeah. No problem.
I've been thinking about it all day, Judge.
All right,
I appreciate your
But I
time.
tell you what, I will let you, you know what? I'm gonna let you, I already know what my decision is gonna be. But if you want to put your argument on the record, I'll let you put your argument on the record.
I would defer to you, Judge. We need a continuance. We're not ready. The state's not ready.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson. Can this trial be set in October? All right, October 8th.
Judge, if I hate to ask you, but we're free for trial on the 21st, the week of the 21st and the 28th. We have I think we have 3 settings on October 8th in different counties. Oh, we don't?
Oh, really? Thank you. Sorry, sir, what's your name?
I'm sorry, I'm Chris Choate. I'm co-counsel on this.
Thank you so much for saying that. No, you don't.
You used to be straight. That's what I believe, John.
Right. Oh, no problem. I'm just joking. All right, Norma. You say October 8th. All right, if you'll give them a reset form, October 8th, this is going.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
Appreciate
thank
your
you.
time. Thank you.
And thank you. You always dress appropriately for court. I really appreciate that. I don't think people understand sometimes how difficult it was to get your clients to dress appropriately, but
I'm
he's,
shocked sometimes the way they come in.
yeah.
But not Mr. Cunningham.
Oh, no, he always dressed great and he's wears a suit and tie. All right. So this case was sent to impact and another trial went to trial instead of your case. So on this case, do y'all have all discovery?
I believe we do, yes.
Do we know for sure there's no discovery that's coming down, some cell phone dump?
Cell phone dump for this case, not to my knowledge. I can happy to double check, but that does not ring any bells for this case.
All right, because lately I've been getting,
Last minute
yeah, cell phone.
emergency requests. I don't anticipate that.
Right, no
happening.
issues with police officers who did search warrants.
Search warrant. Are you talking, and I apologize, just because I'm coming in after picking a grade.
Oh, no.
Just endemic, you're talking about the whole process.
Yes, so
Oh,
we're
no.
sure there's no
Search-
search warrant with regards to an officer who has some issues.
I don't believe so. Are you trying to tell me something though?
No, I'm not trying to tell you.
That's what I'm asking. I'm like, should I be picking up something?
No. I'm not throwing anything down for anybody to pick up. But the reason why I'm asking that is because we just had that case.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden they discover there's an issue with an officer from another county. So I want to make sure there's nothing like that in this case. And there's no cell phone dump or any other information that, so there's no outside.
There's no way for me to be 100%
No,
sure of
you-
what I don't have, but I don't anticipate any issues coming up.
All right, and there's no outside agency, a different county.
For this is a relatively, I think, thankfully straightforward
Okay.
matter. Council's been very communicative. We've conferred off docket a few times.
Okay.
So to the best of my knowledge, council, unless you disagree, this is one that I think is relatively, Judge, straightforward.
All right, I'm just making sure.
Absolutely, Judge.
And I'm not basing this on anything that either you have done. It's just sometimes there's something that comes up and then I have to make sure.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right, how long do y'all expect this trial will last?
Outside of jury selection, Judge, maybe 2 days.
I agree. 2 days in addition, and then on top of jury selection.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Jury trial date, family violence, 3 days. And last time we were here, you said that you had a witness. Oh, that was on another case. You had a civil case and a witness was flying in from
That's right.
Mexico. Okay,
That's why you excused me yesterday.
yes.
Yes, Judge. Thank
All
you.
right, what date? November when? All right, it will be November 5th. That will be your jury trial.
That's election day, but you're all right with that?
Oh, you know what? I do not, Norma? On November 5th? All right, we'll just keep it on November 5th. If people need to leave to go vote, of course, I'll give people time to vote. But everybody should early vote.
Yes.
You know what? I like an early voting to going to see a movie. People always act as though they have to see it at night. And guess what? The movie they show at night, that's the same movie they show during the daytime.
Absolutely. I'll take that.
And I go, I'll go to the theater in the daytime, and you know who's usually in the theater? Like maybe 4 people, me and 3 other senior citizens.
And all to yourself.
Oh, all to myself. It's like I have my own private theater in my house, so it's great. All right,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Luis Beltron. Who's the attorney for Luis Beltron? All right, come down.
Go through the compliment. Get over here.
You're on this side. Counsel, you're over here.
Thought I'd just mix it up a little bit.
Deputies don't like when people mix it up. And you know, people ask me, why are we standing over here now? I said, because the deputies are assigned to security and that's where they want you.
I think this is good advertising. I'm closer.
You're closer?
So, yeah, just
And what is your name, by the way?
Arlene Gay.
And are you a defense attorney?
Yes.
All right. So on this case, the plea deadline date was September 3rd, but we brought him back today because there were some other issues with that date.
Yes, Your Honor, and we have one more issue we need to work out of a sensitive nature.
Okay, all right, just 1 second. See, you and I couldn't be on that show, but Jason and I could be on it, and I would say, Rose. I'll be like, Rose, and he'd say like, Titanic.
Yeah.
All right, Norma, what date? 30 days, please.
I can make it happen.
All right, we'll see you back on October 10th, Mr. Beltron. Do you have any questions?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Johnny Tejeda?
Wrong school though. Wrong school, Wu Pixui.
So Judge, I made contact with the witness. He was driving, he was in his car with his kids. He wouldn't be in a position until.
Norma, recall this back on September 12th.
Judge, I've got like a murder case and legal pass set on that day and the 186th and something else. Can we do next Tuesday?
All right, Norma, we can do September 12th at 1:30. All right.
Fair. Thank you, Your Honor.
And that's Johnny Tejeda. All right, Juan Armando. Johnny, you were always so patiently waiting.
I have a book, sometimes I read.
What are you reading?
I'm reading Fables by Aesop.
I love Aesop fables.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. My bad. Yeah, that's the DA.
All right, so did you want to get a chance to confer with Zach and confer with Michael?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so this is still going to be jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How long?
In this case, I don't expect to be longer than 3 days outside of jury selection.
I think he's about right with that, Judge.
But you will not be with us. He's not going to be here. So it'll be maybe rain.
I mean, actually.
Yeah.
Take the way. Here.
So it will be someone we don't know who.
Time will tell, right?
Norma, I need a jury trial date. 3 days. November 5th.
Is there anything the week after that, Norma?
Yeah.
Or is it?
No, that's family law. No.
Okay.
So anybody who wants to vote, you need to probably early vote, or either you'll be able to vote during your lunch break. But on election day, I don't even think, you can't vote downstairs.
Judge, we'll take we'll take November 5th, Judge. I'll make it work.
Thank you so much for dressing appropriately for you always do. I appreciate that. And thank you for your patience today. As you can see, it's been very busy. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused and there's no outstanding discovery.
This is also a case similar to Mr. Cunningham, but I believe is more straightforward than not. With respect to the contours.
All right, no phone downloads or anything. See, they're here to be discussed. No phone, cell dumps?
No, none of that, Judge.
Anything else?
So I believe, well, council mentioned, I believe I already gave them a copy of CPS records because I usually keep track of those. I believe I've already just given them a copy of the records, but I think they'd like additional copy and I'm happy to do that. It's not me that does it, but I will make sure that ball is rolling today.
That's our only additional request, and Zach has been very communicative the whole time. We've had an open line of communication, both parties.
If you're gonna participate, you gotta get in and participate.
He just overload the gallery. He just got his law license in April, so
Congratulations.
he's not new to the game. He's helped us with several
So he's
trials.
gonna be first chair of this.
Plan.
You're ready to go?
Yes, Judge.
Let's, Norman, bring that jury up.
Never mind.
Okay. He's like, wait a minute, what? No, you need to be like, I'm ready.
So just, yeah, so very easy.
All right, well, will this be your first felony trial?
We did one other one in the 290th that I kind of helped out on third chairing, picking the jury,
It,
but
it was an impact docket, and we sat before Raymond Angelini, so that was quite an experience.
I'm sure jury selection went fairly quickly.
very
All right, on this one, I'm thinking 10 minutes for each side.
We'd ask for an hour at least, Judge.
You
Please.
know, it's like, I know her, she won't be doing that. But, all right, well, welcome. Well, will this be your first felony trial that's your first chair?
it could be, Your Honor.
All right, well, congratulations on passing the bar. Welcome to the practice.
Appreciate it, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. And if there is any outstanding discovery or any motions that need to be heard, bring them to me before the event.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you, Judge.
You're welcome. Hello. Hi. You have Wilfredo Salinas. He is right there in the tan t-shirt. All right. How long do y'all expect this trial to last?
It should be, depends on, assumes about 2 days, we put in the state and, plus the extra time for, jury selection.
All right, so, but if Judge Angelini is selecting this trial, a day, okay. And are you all okay? Are you okay with putting it on the 17th?
Yes.
All right, Norma. Wilfredo Salinas, September 17th.
And,
Or next month?
This month.
and, jury selection for, 17th around 9 AM?
Yes.
Okay, understood.
And if he wants to be dressed in something else, then you all will have to do a clothing exchange.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, thank
All
you.
right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, let's bring him down.
Mahia?
All right, Mr. Mahia, have you seen your attorney? Have you ever had contact with your attorney?
No.
All right, do you wish to have another attorney appointed to you? I know that yes, ma'am is not in Spanish.
Oh, no.
See?
I speak English.
Okay.
Oh, wow. All right, are you a citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. And let me just tell you, I mean no disrespect when I ask that question, but usually be on safe side. When anybody needs an interpreter, I always ask that question so that your rights can be protected if you're not a US citizen, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Hi.
All right, just have a seat. This is going to be your attorney, Adrian Pettis.
Meet you, sir. I'll be right with you, okay? Thank you. Mahia, he said?
It is Juan Carlos Mahia.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, the parties on James Brandyberg. Court is calling 2024 CR 4089, State of Texas versus James Brandyberg. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Adrian Pettis for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Brandyberg?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Brandyberg, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? You understand you're charged with violation of registration as a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 3 years in the prison. The state is opposed to your application for community supervision, and they are opposed to your application for deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea. Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No, no comment.
Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing or do you wish to have a reset?
I'd like to have a reset for a PSI judge, and he's asking me to get copies of his medical records if I can from various sources. And I was hoping you would give me a generous amount of time to get that done. He's not in any hurry for the sentencing to take
Oh, well,
place.
they'll tell me usually there's a generous amount because of the length of time it takes for the PSI. Because there's a lot that goes into it. So Ms. Ferguson, when will we do the PSI?
October 28th.
Oh,
Yes.
that'd be wonderful, Judge. Thank you.
All right, so your sentencing will take place on October 28th, and I'll consider any evidence that's presented to me. We'll order a PSI and a TAP evaluation. And we're off the record. Counsel, are you appointed?
Yes,
Do you need an investigator to help locate records?
that might help quite a bit, Judge.
All right, if you'll just file the motion, I will sign it.
Thank you. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, James, I'll see you October.
I cannot believe you're still thinking about strawberry banana pudding.
Yes. I'm still waiting for that to happen. I think it would be really fun.
Well, the person you need to ask that of is Zach and Hank.
I mean, I'll make my regular banana pudding.
All right, so everyone, we'll be back on Thursday. And then if y'all need a courtroom, this is a courtroom that you can have for trial.
Judge, I'll tell you what, I may leave this place physically. I don't leave it mentally. I'm in this courtroom. Okay?
It's gonna haunt this court.
Wait, say it again?
Are you gonna haunt the court?
You bet, Judge. Well, haunt in a positive way.